I don't think really anybody can take anything away. I mean, no. I was saying a couple of weeks ago, Mixwell's been on one of the best redemption arcs in terms of returning to this roster. This is the next step. This has to be the next achievement for them.
And I do want to eventually lean on that AvovA choice coming in, but I do like seeing Mixwell, leaning in towards Chember, something that really looks to suit him. However, we dive into the map and we look towards ZETA, who are on the attacking side to kick things off on the split, and of course that means that G2 will be on the defense. And the first blood is drawn straight away. Already Nukkye's gone down, and the site's already under contest. Now there's one left there. It's going to be AvovA, someone that we do want to talk about, especially on this Omen. And he's managed to stand his ground. Now outnumbered, but not quite outgunned just yet. There we go. Finally overwhelmed with a double swing on the pillar. And it looks like this should be under wraps. It's still heavily contested, though.
Crow very low. Dep's trying to contest some of this pressure coming through from heaven.
Spike planted.
Hoody not actually able to catch Dep. Foam says it's a 2v3 though, but they can find this freebie on the way in. It might be doable here for G2.
They're so close to pillar though, they could potentially swing off contact. But again, it's looking hard to try and break through. Do they isolate one? They do. Okay, there's the flash. No swing, no punish. There's still a chance in this 2v2, but time still click. Oh, right click galore. The swing out from Laz. The main man himself going to kick things off well for ZETA, who's been a highlight player from...
This is the first stage environment, and this is the first big test for them.
Deep breaths, we go back in. First round was picked up by ZETA if you missed it. Obviously you can't see it there, don't worry. Don't have to explain the UI to you. This time we haven't. Unlucky Doug. However, not quite a Shiko. A little bit of an upgrade on Hoody, but that's about all she wrote. And we look towards ZETA in this round to, again, keep it simple, keep it clean, keep as much up for them. But they are walking into a stack. 4 players here. Caught one. Beautiful work. Quick work.
10.
Straight through them. That's enough. You don't have to go too far. Wait for the rest of your team to come in and help you out. Nice. Reserve there. Hold for a second. Don't over push. Keep 5 standing. That's the money. There's now Meddo. Well, the team's just been slaughtered, haven't they? So Meddo now just having to face the music. If you can take one with him, not too bad. Do the best you can. But ZETA are being smart about this. Do lose Dep. Sugar Zero next. And there we go. Swing together. 4 stand. Lovely work.
I mean, not even that big a deal. I think Dep was the only one that actually brought a pistol. ZETA actually going to try and make use once again with the element of surprise, I guess. Mixwell's here to challenge it with the TP, though. The fault line will slow the Trailblazer.
That works.
Flash and space taken, though. ZETA aren't waiting around, and that's sloppy from Mixwell. It's not pretty, but it's got the job done.
They also didn't shoot his TP. They could have just kind of boxed him into hell there, and a little strange on the way in.
Yeah, not ideal. Still got a little bit of ramp pressure to build from, but again, rotations have come in. There's already 4 players here. Mixwell's fallen back, taking a heal. He'll be fine. Recovery en route. So some chip damage comes off this nade. Nothing there. And ZETA don't have much to work with on this approach now. They're looking towards middle in my mind as well, is how much can they get from this. The wall's still in place, so that's really not going to allow too much wiggle room here. But they have to hit the brakes, and again, punishment. Mixwell's going to find another. And that mid-presence, well, not really coming to much either.
Sugar's found space, though. I mean, there's a trap for him to deal with. Still 3 players committed towards 8. Actually will get dealt with 10. That will allow Sugar Zero to come through. Actually will find the kill on Nukkye.
There's that crunch I was waiting for, that pause. I really like this from ZETA. They're not just kind of like, okay, it's only a bonus, we'll see what we can do. But this is really with build intent and aggression. Pushing deep towards CT, going to take down Mixwell, but there's still Meddo on the site. He's got 2 players to handle, he chooses the wrong target. It's game back on 2v2. Spike in hand and plant going down.
They still got a wall.
We now have... Oh my god, they do. Yeah, they absolutely do. Okay, wall goes up. You just build the defenses and they wait. We've got AvovA and Hoody on the other side, waiting to come back through, and there's still utility into play for AvovA if he feels like he can, and this looks good. Should have at least caught minimum 1, potentially 2. Gets him off that first angle, forcing them back towards the site. Hoody now spotted as well. AvovA leans in. Hoody with the punish on 1. It's all down to 10. He's got to find 2. 1 to the left, 1 to the right. He's got 1. 7 HP ain't enough for it. AvovA holds on, but that's a bonus round, and that ain't a great one for G2.
And I'm going to be honest, they had absolutely no right finding that plant, to be honest. Perfect play. The awareness again from TENNN, that on top, to be honest. And look at the ultimate progress as well.
And we've only really seen the A pieces coming out so far from ZETA, so we haven't seen the full kit and caboodle of what they can bring, so we'll wait to see the rest of this now.
First example we're seeing of some of these early round protocols I was talking about. It's one way outside B main, at least to get deep B main control here. See how much ZETA respect the setup of AvovA, whether or not he's even tested in this scenario.
It looks like for now ZETA are prioritizing that mid-control talent build. They've invested a great deal of utility to get this far. Dog goes in and actually with a little bit of pace as well, and G2 seeming to respect that. They seem to have to. Oh, the shot, the control, but Mixwell there to fill the void. Eats the flash, has to back off the angle. ZETA are brawling on this.
Mixwell will come back across the B, but drifting away now. ZETA look as if they want to try and make their way through ropes once again. Meddo on the other side of this. He's actually holding an active angle as well. Nukkye has come across. Let's see if ZETA can actually isolate the kill here. Mixwell's the one, if anything, but it looks like A is the end goal here.
Yeah, the pinch is coming in. You can see them all the way back. And it's not good enough. Meddo's down, dead, quick. And Nukkye, though, behind enemy lines. He's going to find one spot out the barrel. Can't get the spray adjusted in time as Laz picks up the frag here, looking towards AvovA and Mixwell. Mixwell not quite there yet, but AvovA still holding his own. Support not coming anytime soon. AvovA still needs to play his life here. 15 seconds. The clock's the biggest enemy right now for ZETA as AvovA punishes from the site.
Goes huge for them there. And two variety here. Actually a completely different setup on the defense from G2. It's AvovA and Nukkye over here, expecting this one way. That's exactly what's going to come out. AvovA should just tuck up here. Oh, Nukkye to take first contact. The wall invested actually immediately here on the back of no contact towards bottom mid. Now, weird thing being, I mean, ZETA haven't poked towards either side just yet. Straight away they set up in this default, they don't really show anything. And then we'll drift towards B main.
Yeah, it'll be Mixwell and Meddo. And of course then hoody up towards heaven. And, well, no subtlety to this, and no check to the left. Good trade though, Pro still going to get the job done. Finds Mixwell, Meddo. Going to disrupt at least a little bit of their plan, but you can see the Raze actually coming through here. They are not going into this by any half measures, but there's still problems. G2 are on the site, and this could be another issue if that just gets posted. None the wiser, still gets it, Meddo down. But look at hoody waiting. Spike's already on the site though. Seeker's going to come down and Depp on the other side of this. What does hoody do? Too many targets, too little time. He needs to do something about it. As Seeker just a second away, the wall breaks. And now they all know where he's at. Sugar Zero going to find AvovA, and you're going to be looking at what's remaining, and it ain't much. Nukkye and hoody. This is ridiculous. The divide as well.
Sugar slipped through spawn as well. Again, they've completely mitigated the risk from this judge.
It was there for so long. Yeah, Nukkye's found one, and there's still a chance this could all fall, but they have so many bodies on the site, and look at that Crow playing the wall perfectly. There's no chance, there's no shot at it. And the one thing I'll say about ZETA right now is they are playing every round like they have 100% chance in it. I love watching this side play so far. We've seen a really nice bonus round.
There, G2 were ready to greet that very push.
And look at the money on the back of it. Look at that. Shatters the money for G2 so quickly. The way that ZETA are playing this, I can't help but love, because so many teams we see time and time again just kind of not necessarily throwing away thrifties, or, you know, the bonus rounds are just not quite high on the priority list, but watching them play this, they have such intent to it, and you can't help but respect that. And Nukkye cares not. He's gone for a walkabout in middle, and the timing, unfortunate for Crow, does get confirmation, but does he know how close that they've crept?
At least they're going to respect it. I mean, G2 just as deadly in terms of converting thrifty rounds, we know that from EME8. Again, ZETA with this very slow creep. Similar sort of time, and actually G2 going to put the wall up. This is the sort of protocols that, yeah, we've been talking about. They're actually going to be walking into a four-man stack here. ZETA, actually, I mean, this window of opportunity closed now.
Yeah. TENN's getting punished. Good timing from hoody to take that swing on the slow. Nukkye up above. Hold to hand, has to deliver it eventually. Nothing on the other side, and ZETA may be feeling like, well, we've walked into a bit of a trap here, boys. This could be pretty problematic.
Depp now going to follow through on this, but Nukkye again just has to play deep. Mixwell actually in a pretty interesting spot here. He's actually going to backstab onto Lance. He finds a second as well. Depp will fall. G2. I mean, I called it just as deadly in a thrifty round. They managed to up. It doesn't get challenged. Nobody's shooting at the wall. They know that they can just gamble stack either way. Unfortunately, G2, they're good gamblers.
They certainly are.
Spike down mid.
And already going to get the first pick here. TENNN gone. This mid control that ZETA have been prioritizing is now being battled for. Nukkye is not backing down. You do not want to get this man started. Nukkye is one of the most dangerous players out there. Depth though, looking sharp. But the timing too good for Nukkye, not going to give it up. And now just Laz, superstar in the making himself. Has an isolated fight against AvovA. And you can see the aim still good. But the spike a mile away. And 3 more enemies for him to locate.
Looks I mean, G2 have a little bit of a buffer converting their previous Thrifty, so damage not so important here. And Laz already got his ultimate online, so whether or not he's just going to try and hold on to this or force a couple of repurchases. Oh. He's walking into Meddo and Nukkye, though. They're already posted up waiting for this. Astra, I mean, Nukkye popped his ult in the last round. He's already 3 away from another.
Are being forced into doing it right back to them. Convert those Thrifties, be dangerous in every single round.
Could be a turning point as well, because Mixwell now has the operator online. Be him and AvovA to hold down a site, and actually looking as if he's going to swing on. He didn't actually spot the cross from TENNN. We'll respect it. Well, he's a little scarred from that previous Thrifty round where he was a little greedy. Doesn't want to give up the operator now.
Ooh, that was a pixel shown. Laz is closing in. Now there is Nukkye up towards heaven as well, though.
Meddo just hesitated with that util.
How much of a problem can he be from this position?
Laz has timed this to perfection, by the way, on his Toxin.
Like, Meddo, I feel like he knows something's up. He knows there's a chance, right? There's that percentage chance this could happen. I'm seeing the rotation coming in. They're slowly leaning back around towards middle. You can see the spike coming over back towards B.
Well,
Meddo's not liking it.
They have to be paranoid because this is the first alteration of the Viper setup, right? So they're up to something, surely. Do they clear out backside, though? That's the question.
I feel like you need contact to look at Meddo, though, going for a different angle. He really wants to clear backside, but he's so paranoid about someone waiting, which they are. You can see that Laz is just being a nuisance, being a problem to clear. And if you can facilitate more players coming in like this, game on. And okay, there's the first creep coming through. The ult gets popped. He's waited for this, and there it is. Safe passage towards the site. Meddo no longer has vision, but hoody doesn't need it. Spike going down. Mixwell's found depth, and we have 3 standing on the other side for ZETA. What can they do from this position, though? They have the cover, but hoodie's got the read straight through the Viper's ult. The ult comes in as well. Going to disrupt further. Make problems for hoody, but he's vulnerable. He's looking damage.
Wait, what?
Laz and Crow have just found 2. Crow's still standing, doing the damage, doing the dodge. He couldn't make it out of the way of Nukkye. Is now Laz in a 1v3. Surely not going to happen. 1. No. No more. No more. This is terrifying, Mike. This is terrifying.
It's another round where ZETA have nothing to work. Not even that time of the showstopper. They have nothing but the Viper Spit. And Laz, like I said, they actually showed a lot of respect to ZETA there, which is something that's very rare with anybody that G2 plays. Again, looking to contest some of this early mid control. Let's see what the next step is here. Hoody already drifting away towards A site. Again, this default is so deep. It's almost this. Yes, they're not giving anything away, but they're not really creating any pressure towards G2, so they can just run through the motions.
Generally, those motions are allowing them to get those early rotations to the correct places as well. This mid pressure coming out from Nukkye's been great for those early reads. You've seen him lingering around in sewers early, kind of hitting it wherever he needs to. But Mixwell's still on this one. Substantially deeper angle. Last time, of course, posted up towards ramp. Looks like he's looking for a new spot as well here. 48 seconds now.
Your trail.
The Seeker's come through. So another point to deal with. They have taken ramp in the meantime. Forced to TP out. Mixwell actually tucked towards the site. This could be dangerous. Nukkye, though, reads this perfectly. Still gets 1. Still good for 1, but look at this misdirection and the adjustment back. Meddo, he's on the other side. Meddo, I think he's on the other side of this wall. He could still walk through this.
Is the wall broken? The wall's at a bad angle!
Laz might have just saved that. Laz might have just saved ZETA this round just with that 1 pick, because that was so potentially deadly. Spike going down, uncontested, nothing to be seen with that. It's AvovA and Mixwell on the way back in, and AvovA's first fight is up towards heaven. He succeeds. Laz is now removed, but look at the damage coming through as well. Has to take a second. 65 HP to work back in with. 1 tuck towards backside, still 1 up on the rafters too. AvovA has to clear this. The timing's gorgeous. Takes down another 2v2 now. Mixwell's still got the operator. It's gonna be tough to handle. A quick pop flash, but it's a trade out. And now it's just on Mixwell. How does he try and remove this player? He has to be so quick with it. And the peak, they're not falling for this. And the time gets bought here. The utility coming through so nicely. Mixwell again just being toyed with. As the time is dwindling, the shot goes astray, and the round is ZETA's.
What a round. What a crazy... Again, AvovA winning a duel that he absolutely shouldn't have. Laz already saved the round.
Just constantly deadly. And it scares the life out of me because part of you sits back and you can't cruise against them. You just simply cannot sit into anything other than 100% at all times. But look who's going for a walkabout. Mixwell.
Now this is a little deeper.
Yeah, this is different. Now he did this before, not with the operator. Yeah,
Sugar spotted him as well?
Seen.
What?
He's been seen. Mixwell has to back away. Gonna get his ult for it. But he has to slip off this now.
And this is what I'm talking about. I keep talking about his default. Look how deep he's actually spotting out Mixwell.
Yeah.
And again, it's almost baiting G2. It's like, yeah, we know you want to push. We know you want to push us.
Yeah, and they've been running these late game rounds at like 40 seconds, 30 seconds, and they look quite comfortable. It's not like it looks like they're running out of time. They're going through a very valid protocol list, and they've now taken away B main back from what was G2 control back into their hands, but they haven't fully given away what the game plan is, but this does allow for potential things to go wrong, right? Let's say you go for that late lean towards A, how do you clear AvovA cleanly, right? Let's say you don't do that, okay, we're going potentially blind into a 3-play stack now. So there's a couple of things that could still go wrong. We're down to about 30 seconds, and it could be this A piece now.
There's no trap for ropes here. Nukkye and AvovA are stacked towards the orb.
Left.
I do want to see how well this gets handled, though, because it's a problem if... there's no problems, apparently, but they didn't expect AvovA being the second string to this, but there's the only one here. 20 seconds, though. They need to start dealing with getting towards that spike on site. I said there weren't many problems, but AvovA can be a problem. Laz gets found, and we're down to 13 seconds. They've got to make the move and make it fast. 10 seconds now. TP!
No way,
He gets caught! Sugar Zero pushes forward. 6 seconds now. The spike's on the side, and they've got to get the plant. Raze comes in. They are back on their feet. It's a 3v3. Meddo a little further ahead of the others, so he's got to be careful to not go out on his own. The punishment. Crow's got him dead to rights. And now Mixwell and Hoody presented the unthinkable. Dep, what are you going to do with this? It's Sugar Zero again. The guy has just got the golden gun right now as Mixwell. I think it's... this is cooked.
I am actually blown away by that, because it's the perfect response, right? The change up of the Viper util towards mid. G2 want to dig a little deeper, and what I say, the timing is perfect for Nukkye to start exploring that. You could criticize maybe it's a solo swing. They double swing that, maybe it come out favorably. But ZETA just punished them for it. Sugar, I actually can't believe it's just how quick he is to react to the fact that AvovA's going to TP away. Again, you can't fault AvovA.
Instant. No, AvovA, I don't think
he
AvovA
knows
did the
that
wrong thing at all.
He knows that pinch is coming from heaven.
Yeah.
You have to read that.
Do you not love watching this? Oh, what a game already. 5-5. This is only the first half. Brilliant series here. And again, Mixwell, can you pick yourself back up after a couple of times now? You've been challenged over and over again here.
This is interesting. Whether or not on the back of Mixwell showing a little bit of presence deeper in Garage, if that's the reason we see this adjustment of Laz's utility, whether or not they even want to fight for this. I mean, Meddo's immediately drifted away. Mixwell posted up pretty close with the tour de force. Nukkye actually got the operator here.
This patience that they're showing.
But this is what I was talking about. Now they can successfully hold aim with these one-ways. The wall comes up in mid. Now G2, I mean, they're going to be feeling like the next 30 seconds or so, they have an absolute stranglehold in terms of the entire map.
I want to see what the plan from ZETA is. If they've got any level of awareness of this, even just noting that, yes, okay, so the one-way can be here, we've got the wall here, we know what's presented to us within this time frame now.
Problem being, late round here versus tour de force, Mixwell finds one kill, he can literally stop this entire push, but they're going to counter wall mid.
Oh, this, show us mid, please. The divide comes up, there's the wall, and away we go. ZETA, these guys are just, I'm loving it. It's got to, though, it's still got to convert into a round. It's a great idea, but there's still 2 players on the site, but they're isolated, and Mixwell still stands. He holds firm on one, but a quick trade out. It's not going to be so clean this time. Meddo outdone! ZETA, these guys are unreal! And Hoody tries to take his time. It ain't clean enough to be able to maybe capitalize on another off the back, but there's 2 players towards heaven. Spike now down, make it 3. And Dep has to be so careful. Quick pickups for G2 now. Leaving it all to Laz. Surely he gets checked here. Surely it's just par for the course. Nukkye is not going to...
No way!
No way!
Oh my god.
Nukkye! Heartbreaker. But G2 do get the round, but Mike, just explain the round back to me. Just again.
The awareness once again, and now I think ZETA are reading into it. This wall goes up, they know that G2 are going to lean away from it. There's nobody policing that. They're prioritizing both extremities. It's don't clear it again.
You've done it once, it's fine. 6-5, we go again. And we now see that one way.
This is exactly what I was talking about here. Laz's utility makes it so difficult to hold. The showstopper's coming through, Lauren.
Oh, can he get out in time? Doesn't quite find the target it wanted, and TENNN now just has to push forward, has to try and take that space, but Hoody's already got depth. Outdone! Ramp is ZETA's, but there's so many players here now. G2 have hit that full rotation, and TENNN gets out of there. Too many targets, too much danger, but they left B completely open. And look at them instantly evacuating back towards B.
I'm not sure if they feel as if G2 are just going to kind of sit tight for the time being, or whether or not I'm looking. I mean, Laz is 2 off his ult. Potential here to retrieve the orb, maybe, but there's a deep trap from Mixwell, and he's posted with the operator. They're going to be shift walking this. He's rewarded with one.
Has to be his moment to lock this down, though. How much more can they do with 3? And the right call from G2 there to hit that rotation when they did. Because the temptation maybe to linger around longer if they just hit the brakes. But no, that was a really nice mid-round call coming out. Looking for another adjustment.
He blinded him off shooting the trap. That's unlucky.
Very unlucky. Up through ropes seems the next option, but look at this. Hoody is patrolling it. He hears so many players. 1, 2, make it 3. No, not today. And it is going to be closed out in the end by Meddo, but 7-5. Mike, what a half. This was actually quite valid that, yes, we've seen a good half from ZETA here, but now it has to translate into this side, which can be an issue.
For sure. I mean, I think it's fair to say as well, though, G2 have had flaky performances in terms of their attacking halves on split as well.
Yes.
So that's definitely a consideration to make. Mixwell, as he does go for a little poke into Mail. Not rewarded for it just yet. Ball coming up pretty late in mid as well. I think Mixwell's going to try and deal with that, or at least plant the seed that is still stacked behind us. G2 are actually leading toward the 4-man piece in towards B site, though.
Okay, let's see what Sugar Zero can do. Any potential damage? I assume he gets checked quickly. Oh, he's done well enough to get one, at least with the Frenzy unleashing. But a quick, good trade for G2. This could be even a third here. Crow does at least do a little bit of damage in the meantime, but it's all essentially favorable trades for G2, leaving 3 standing. The spike to be picked back up. And TENNN did manage to drop down unnoted so far. So a little bit of wiggle room. Spike clear close. Boombot goes in. G2 in good enough post plants here. Oh, the Omen's just been destroyed, apparently. Mixwell. Better keep those hands feeling safe here. Crow's been given a chance!
Oh, he ran out of bullets. He actually ran out of bullets.
What is this game? How did it come to that? It's cool.
Yeah.
It's fine. No panic at all in a 1v1.
They found my trap.
Back towards middle. G2 instantly going to try and go for control, and again, any damage would be a bonus here, but ZETA bring almost nothing into this round.
Mixwell, again, the front line for G2 in terms of this mid push early on. ZETA just kind of doing laps right now. They've headed over towards A, they're headed back as 5 towards B. And just classics to work with. The same, pretty much cut and paste, execute onto B site here for G2.
Okay, side's theirs. There's the pop flash and the TP away, and actually they're being a nuisance. Nukkye quick to react though, and AvovA quick to try and farm it up. Gets punished, good trades again. ZETA, any damage is golden here. Now Laz can't get any more done. Kept safe in the end, 3 stand, they get across the line. It felt dicey though.
Where was the attack? G2 knocking on the door double digits already.
Absolutely.
An opportunity here to, again, completely reset ZETA's economy. Mixwell again poking for this first blood.
I really like it. I guess another great use for Chember, the capability to get away quickly. You can go for that almost overzealous attempt and then get away scot-free. However, ZETA do have the substantially stronger purchase here. Again, Boombot, once again. Laz this time, he's okay though. And on the other side, there is still Nukkye with a rifle. So keep that in mind. This isn't a completely toothless purchase, but it is a little weaker. All trying to be handled. And ZETA being patient. And They have to be here. G2 trying to test the waters in middle.
So the that works. Next step is getting another trap burnt to just confirm Laz's presence at least.
But look, on an island on the other side is TENNN though.
Well, he's primed with the paint shell, but actually spammed off the corner. I mean, he's not going to be able to put it in towards the orb.
They're so close up ramp as well. This is such a dangerous way ZETA are playing. G2 were a second away from having such an advantage, but the guillotine comes down! Dep!
And they know exactly where Mixwell is.
Gorgeous! Gorgeous work! He went for it all himself, gets punished in the end. Mixwell, yes, he's recovered a rifle. Maybe there's some hope for him to do a bit of damage, but with only 12 seconds, that's about all he can achieve. Is now surrounded, shut down. ZETA, lovely round as Dep. What a performance.
They only lose one. A massive tick in the box. A Guardian coming through for hoody, and not an awful lot left behind this purchase. An opportunity here for ZETA to close the gap.
That's the essential part of this round now. Laz was noted several times in the previous round, and you can see the priority list of him is now so much higher, but AvovA's gone for the just mark your man sort of play here, pushes himself up towards ropes, and Laz is just on the other side of this.
I was going to say that smoke's about to drop. I didn't. Yeah, interesting. I'm sure if Laz thought he was going to have a favourable peak there. All will be dealt with pretty quickly. If Dep finds a kill, he's got the res, but it's on the other side of rope, so...
He's got an army in front of you, but maybe he can take the ball down again! This guy is unreal! The pinch is coming in, he seems all too aware of that. Backs away slightly, AvovA now left to his own devices, all isolated, looking lonely. And he can't quite get to his teammates, but he can cause a problem. A 3v4, numbers still favourable towards ZETA, but the timing not quite there. TP time, trying to get out of danger, get over towards the other side. And the right choice to be made, the safe point to be had.
This is rough now, but Dep can use the res. He has to come back through ropes. He can get Les back up, and they'll have the Viper util. I mean, if they can get ahead of the curve here, cut Meddo off, I mean, AvovA's already going hunting.
And AvovA has to, though. He has to buy time to allow for Meddo to get a little bit close. That's
AvovA!
it! That's the money from AvovA! I told you this guy has clutch potential every single day of the week, and now a 2v2. He's made this so much more feasible. This was a tragedy in the making, and Laz gets the timing right. Meddo trying to find one on the way through, but Dep, he just stays alive. Just about keeps his health up. And now with the clock ticking, it's all about timing. Meddo says, screw it, I'm going to try and get through towards that player who's trying to defuse. Gets off the spike. Gorgeous work, Meddo! The timing! I think Meddo might just have done enough here, buying the time, playing them at their own game. And yeah, sure, the kill comes in, but what a round.
It's so not even breaking a sweat. I was.
Yeah. I've just been pacing.
I mean, like I said, that the wall was actually perfect to cut Meddo off in main there, but he caused so many problems.
G2, man, scrappy as ever. Things you love to see between these two teams. 10-6. If you're just tuning in, you have missed a belting couple of rounds coming into this. One worth to watch again, catch up on. But it's only getting started.
Is it a response now is, give Laz a second player. Because G2 are pressuring so hard towards mid. Not necessarily following through on it, but initially here.
Well, Mixwell, right? Like, how many times have we seen him go for this? And he's 2 with the ult this time.
Now three people just staring. The Rolling Thunder actually going to get posted towards Sugar on B site.
But he can punish rotations.
I mean, they closed the gap already. They're going to stun up Mixwell at bottom mid, but it's a 2-for-1 elsewhere.
Yeah, they're just desperate to try and get players across. Mixwell was almost posted into this position, try to hold them on the way through, but they've done well enough to get to this point. But you're right, they still have so much to handle on the site itself. 3 players well set up, and there's a time limit. Meddo, yeah, just caught out straight away. No sweat on that one. You see Mixwell going back around, needs to rejoin the forces. 10!
No way!
Oh, it's surely 2! Only gets 1 HP! How's Hoody alive? A slither of health, but Crow's closed the gap already! Mixwell now with a 1v1! He has to push him! Crow! He falls!
My God!
Mixwell holds his ground! And gets...
Sick, Oscar.
11-6.
And the purchase gets scrappier for ZETA. Look at it. A dirty Bucky in the midst.
You never want a dirty bucket.
No, you never want a dirty bucket.
Oh, it's the worst kind. Laz on the other side this time tries to just get out of ropes. Doesn't like it in there anymore.
Need some breathing space.
Oh, quick trade. I thought he could have maybe got the rifle away, maybe just scurried it through, but you're not fighting alone. Dep's still there. Crow's still there.
I mean, Rez online, TENN still has his paint shell here, so if you can go for this Rez, they're actually going to try and get trying to go for the weapon. Punished by that, Dep will fall, and the wall broken as well. Sugar Zero. Pushing through with the bucket. Zeke's invested as well. This is interesting here from ZETA. Again, no round is lost in their eyes.
There is never a round there's not a chance in. The timing on this could be everything.
You will not kill my ally.
It looks like they've managed to at least evade a lot of those dangerous angles, but there is still a threat, at least of TENN. I wonder how much he can get done from this, though. Crow tries to get a little bit of attention on the cross, gives a couple more seconds into the pocket of TENN. Cross comes in, spots one, sees him in CT, looks to pull the trigger, gets punished. Not clean enough, and nukkye on clean-up duty. This is 12, could be beckoning here. Spamming the smoke, but we know where Sugar Zero is.
10 seconds
Great
left.
pick up on the first, but the rest is very, very hard to achieve.
Gun here.
Just get a little upgrade here, but yeah, Meddo already split away from the rest of G2. Should be able to either catch this cross or be last piece of the puzzle. There you go. We'll find Sugar. Again, I actually thought TENN was going to drift across towards mid to pressure.
Yes, they should. See how they come into this one again. Mid control high on the priority, and nukkye unleashing. Headshot in the back and gets put to bed as Sugar Zero is still going to be standing and trying to actually push a little further forward. I quite like that. Now, yes, we did see a player kind of filling that void before, but not going to expect it, and actually going to hold a lot of space towards middle. Ult over towards the B site. Thank you, observers. Always quicker than me on it. And now 5 still standing for ZETA here. Oh, they're really trying to prioritize middle this time. They want to fight on it.
Well, I mean, this is G2 time and time again. ZETA are actually trying to challenge these early round protocols. Yes. I mean, trading back and forth, sure, but I don't want to see ZETA give away too much here. I mean, they can potentially lean a little heavier elsewhere on the map with that Viper's Pit towards B main, so Mixwell going to catch some crucial information on the back of this wall, and actually should have good timing to get behind it. AvovA though, straight up into the smoke, will find Dep.
He's trying to just peel away into a nasty position to clear as well. Flash comes in, Crow gets punished off the back of it. Meddo now going to take that space, but Sugar Zero's waiting! Sugar! Looking real sweet with it. Backs away, going to outdo Mixwell as well. The guy is just feeling that timing just right! Unfathomable presence from him. And there's still life.
The credits anyway to back this up.
Yeah, why not? You're buying down to the same amount as everyone else. Keep the economy even. And the hero rifle in his hands can do a lot. And we see what the adjustments are across the board. May not see it in full effect, this round at least, but when we get that full purchase coming in.
Well, Laz still has no fear whatsoever. He hears the TP, he's like, I'm swinging it.
He's been given the hardest role in this half at least. Right now is just dealing with this constantly. And yeah, Dep's been doing somewhat of a similar thing, but you can see the amount of attention and the amount of priority they put towards clearing that position. But this is different from G2, but again, they are working with sheriffs. Just that one rifle, of course. Looking for maybe a little burst. Gorgeous flash. Timing's great.
Yeah.
That's an instant information finder. You can maybe consider moving Laz over now if you want to draw the attention in. TP coming through.
They're giving this up. Again, they're respecting the showstopper. They know that ultimately they have the inventory advantage coming back in, especially after the showstopper's burnt up.
Good read. And nukkye's still your danger man. So he leans towards CT to try and make the difference. He's got support though. He's not alone. He will not stand alone, but Mixwell falls. So nukkye has to back away, but he takes one with him at least. That's Sugar Zero gone, who's been impactful to say the very least.
Meddo as well, and this late mid-lurk as well. Nukkye would deal with the Trailblazer.
Look, nukkye's just taken all of that space.
Yeah.
He wants to be the one to challenge everyone. And I said this man with a hero rifle can do hero-like things. And nukkye might be doing it all for G2. Unreal way to close it down in MAP.